Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer, and former high school teacher, coming on yet again for another quick little announcement. This one is not meant to be too long, but I did want to let everybody know, because of the unbelievable response I had. There were probably almost 500 emails that were provided, email addresses to notify people that we are now live. I'll be honest, that is so funny. I've got everything on timers. I guess I probably shouldn't do that. The reality is we've now launched which one am I looking for? I've been working so hard trying to create this course, I'll be honest, all day today, pumping up the videos and the tutorials and the instructions on how to complete the forms and the documents and the top tips to do early and what this is all about. And so what I'm trying to say here after a very long day is that the new temporary resident to permanent resident pathways course is now officially launched. So that is the question. Oh my goodness, the questions are coming in now. And so what is this? Okay, and this is awesome because I'm gonna pull these off because we don't need these, and I'm gonna pull up the very first question, which is wonderful. So this question here, how can this course help us? This is probably the best question of all. Let's take a look at the climate we're in. So you guys have all seen what's happened. Because of the levels planning for immigration, they are desperately trying to meet their 401,000 levels plan, how many landed permanent residents they want in Canada this year. They're behind because of the pandemic. They're behind because of the border closures. So what they've done is the big massive you Feb 13ers, and there's a number of you that are in my Express Entry DIY course. And I guess if you guys are on here now, some of you can just tell CH Fenirem Chowdhury what the experience is in those courses that I've done with master classes and how they've helped you. But effectively, these big groups of people that are being pushed through the system as quickly as possible in order to allow immigration to get somewhat close to the actual levels plans. That's why they're doing this. So the most important thing with this one, if I can hit the right button, the most important thing with the new TR to PR pathways, I'll call you CH, is that it is temporary. It is a temporary public policy. It's a creature of public policy that was created by the minister for the purposes of transitioning as many temporary foreign workers and students right now also fit into that category, transitioning them, excuse me, into permanent resident status in Canada before the end of the year, essentially. Now, they're not going to do it, but they need these big groups, these big cohorts to try to push them through because there just isn't going to be the same landings. So the key things here that's driving the ship is that, one, there is a large number of landed immigrants that the government needs. And so they're creating these new programs. And two, these are one and dones. Like, I do not foresee another big scoop under CEC. It's possible, but Draw 176, if you missed out on it, well, it may never come again. Now, we've seen the scores going down incrementally, but down to 75 CRS points, well, that I guess remains to be seen. In like manner, if you look at this new program here, there are many occupations under there, those frontline workers that we've been so grateful for their sacrifices. The government is now recognizing these essential workers, those in healthcare, and even you international students who bring dollars to our country, who pay high tuition, who do nothing but spend money here without taking anything back from us. The government recognizes your importance to the future economic recovery of our country. So they've created these programs, but these are temporary. That is why it is called the temporary resident to permanent resident pathways. So as I'm continuing on with these discussions, why did I create this course? So I'll just pull you off here. Why did I create the course? And that's probably a good place to start. One thing I've learned is that my ability to help people in the past was limited by my time. In other words, I couldn't scale it. One person coming in, paying me $6,000 to support them all the way through with their express entry application, because that's really the closest thing we can compare to. Individuals that would pay me to do that as their immigration lawyer, yeah, I would help them. I would give them my heart and soul. I would plug through. Everything is great. But the reality is I could only help so many people. And the last thing I wanted to do, because I learned my lesson, is to build up the ranks with low-level staff that do not have the same background or experience that I have, who didn't care as much as I did, who were going to come in and fill the position, the critical role of communicating with you to collect the necessary documents for me to review, because you never got to talk to me and I never got to talk to you. So the course, this model that I've now started doing, has flown out of a desire to amplify my knowledge, my experience, my understanding of Canada immigration, to the benefit of the most people possible. That's why I did the channel. That's why every Wednesday at 10 a.m. in the morning, I do a live Q&A. All of it is designed to amplify. Now, I'm not going to create a course and spend, I don't know how many hours I've spent on this course. Fortunately, I've been able to take some of the stuff that I created for the express entry course, especially with the documents, and pull it over to this because it's going to be the same. But the course is designed for me to share all of my knowledge and to educate you and to teach you all of the things that I know, all of the things that I've learned, in a way that you all equally kind of share in the services, right? You're all sharing in what I would charge for the time that I put in. But even then, that's not even why I do this. It's more truly about helping as many people as possible, as you can see from the YouTube videos. The moment I learned about this program, the moment I had my technical briefing with immigration, the moment I had it, the first thing I did as the national chair of the Canadian Bar Association was to make sure that the notes and the information from that meeting was disseminated immediately to the other immigration lawyers within the Canadian Bar Association. In fact, there were 30 other lawyers that we had invited to attend with us. Now, after that, guess what Mark did? Mark then dealt with his clients. He worked with them. He met with them. He reviewed their applications. He did consults in the same way that he always has. And then 7 p.m., we did that big, massive, I think it was 7, maybe it was 9. It's all a blur. It's all a blur. I'm serious. This last couple of weeks has been crazy. Then I went and did live and I shared everything with all of you. And you can go back and you can watch it. It's right in the YouTube channel. It's the one I think that has about, I think it's 6,000 or 7,000 views right now. I can't remember. But at the time, there were over 600, almost 700 people watching live. And why? Because I was sharing up-to-date information that literally you could not get anywhere else. And I don't mean to make this question, this first question that was asked, I don't mean to make it so long, but that's what this is about. This here is selling and marketing why you should subscribe to the course. I'm not trying to hide or conceal anything else. And I just see someone else purchased it just a second. It is piling up. Anyways, so there we go. How can this course help us? Let me continue on. And I'm sorry that it's taking so long, but I don't know how else to explain it, because the internet is full of everybody offering every free piece of thing, saying the government gives you everything you need. There's guides. You don't need help from anyone else. And that's fine. If that's how you feel, then good. You don't have the consults that I have with people who make the slightest mistake and then their opportunity, this one shot. And this is really, you do not get a second chance. And I tell people, I said, look, you're welcome to go take a run at it. And in other applications, maybe you do have a second shot. But this one, they're not going to recreate the program again. Once those 20,000 cap are met for healthcare, 30,000 for essential workers, and 40,000 for international grads, once they're met, done. And it's not even an approval. It's whoever clicks the button, submit, 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 the numbers go down, 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 down. Now they're going to have a tracker right on the website to hopefully help, but no one knows how long that those caps are going to last. No one knows how fast they're going to fill up. But so what's my mandate? What's my goal? What's my purpose in creating the course? It's to arm everybody with as much information as possible, tell them which forms, the documents that are going to be in the application so that they understand, and then video tutorials on how to complete them step by step by step with me. Then on top of the form instructions, the document instructions, and I've got a ton of awesome resources to help you make sure your documents are correct. I've got videos on the top things you need to do now, right? All of those are in the group. Every evening from Monday, starting Monday, all the way through to Well, except Saturday, Sunday, I take time off for my family, and I do on Sunday for my church. But Monday to Friday, the week following, even after May 6th, Thursday, May 7th, I will be live every evening from 7 to 9 to share the latest tips, the latest instructions, what I learn to the members of the group. Simple as that. And then after that, open it up for Q&A for the subscribers. And that is how I'm going to devote my time going forward to this group of people. Just like I would shut everything else down and help my own clients if I was representing them directly, the members, the people that subscribe to the course, and the link below, I think, should have the link to it where you can subscribe right now. I'm going to take the first 400 people that subscribe. And I know I've got way more than that. We just launched out the email campaign to the, like I said, almost 600 people that had left their emails a week. Like, when was it? I guess it was maybe Wednesday night. I think it was when I first launched it. So what's the purpose? How can this help you? Well, it will give you the tools right now before the government even releases the guide, the instructions. I'm going to tell you what you need to start working on now. How do I know this? Well, from the technical briefing, what that immigration department head shared with us lawyers, and the consultant organization was there. Hopefully they shared it with their members. They shared the notes. I'm sure they did. And the Quebec-based Acadie. That information has given me a very, very clear idea of exactly what's going to happen with this course. And that is with this program. And that's what's going into the course. And then last but not least, and then I'll probably end this, and I've got a few things I want to mention, but generally speaking, this is kind of, that question led right into this. You only get one chance for the TR to PR pathway program. Unless you're somehow a Francophone French speaker who submits an application early, it gets rejected, and then you're able to submit it again before November when it all shuts down again on the 5th. Maybe. But for the rest of you, one shot. And so my goal is to prepare you as much as I possibly can. Now, what are your alternatives? One, absolutely, do it yourself. The program is designed for you to register your own email address, not your representatives, and to submit your own forms and your own documents. You complete the little wizard just like you would for a temporary application extension. Then once you've completed it, they say, voila, you're qualified for the Essential Worker Program. Then they say, here, take this little code, or maybe it's going to go directly into, you can register now. You register with your email, you set up your account, and then from there in this new portal, which is not the MyCIC portal, I believe it is a separate one. I could be wrong, but everything that the technical briefing told me was that it's a separate one. And we think we know what it is. At that stage, you will then start to fill out answers, more detailed answers that will generate all of the forms that you're to complete, and they will have documents that you fill in very similar to what you have in the situation right now for extending a document through the online portal. But now the big difference is, if you're choosing to use a representative, it complicates things. Immigration recognizes that it's going to be difficult for the representative. So they're going to have to work on the forms with you. Once they figure out what it is, they're going to have to collect the documents with you. If it starts on May 6th, my goodness, if you don't have the documents, you guys know what it is. If you don't have the language tests, like, you're going to be in serious trouble. You may not qualify. The caps may fill. So the course starting Monday will immediately let you know the things that you need to work on right now to make sure you're prepared, at least as best prepared as possible, not knowing exactly what it's going to be. But here's another thing I want you to factor in. If you have a choice, hands down, hiring an immigration lawyer or a competent, experienced consultant, retaining them is hands down the best option versus doing it yourself. And I don't care, any of you DIYers who think you're brilliant, if you hire someone who knows what they're doing, who cares, who understands the law, who has years of experience over you, it's better than filing on your own. But here is the problem. This is a race. There is very little time to have back and forth with your counsel. There is very little time to work through the process of navigating this unless you've done this type of representation before, which ironically, that's what my firm has done the whole last year. I shifted to a collaborative review model. But I'll tell you, we are only taking one person. Each of the lawyers in my firm are only taking one person to represent them in overseeing and reviewing and collaboratively helping them to put their application together. Why? Because how in the world, why would it be fair for me to take 10 people, 20, 30, I know how many have already registered for the course, 30 people and queue them up. Who's first? Who's more important? So if you choose to hire a representative, and trust me, if you can find one that can guarantee to you that you are number one on the list, and I'm not talking number one with all of the temporary people they've hired who know nothing about the process, but are going to be working with you and they have zero experience, but they've just been hired for 20 bucks an hour to help you. I'm talking about working directly with the representative themselves. Unless you can guarantee you are number one on that list, then you have automatically, you're at a disadvantage. And I will not do that to any of my clients. I experienced it before once. I experienced it in the last frantic parent sponsorship process in my firm. I had 4 applications that we needed to submit. I had myself and 2 other staff members. Because I understood, because I was on top of things, I took 2. The most important one for clients, and then I had my paralegals and my consultant who was an immigration officer. She was awesome. Both of them were highly exceptional. And when that little ticker flipped open and we could file our application, and remember, those of you who don't know what happened 2 years ago, within 7 minutes, all 20,000 spots were full. Okay, 7 minutes. Now it's a different process, but here's the issue. Here's the horror that I went through. When that thing went live, unbeknownst to us, there was an IP trigger inside that system. Somehow, immigration never fully confirmed with us, despite my meetings within the national executive when we brought this up to them. But there was something within the IP addresses that limited the number of people in the same IP from submitting. My 2 staff members were just a fraction faster than me, and I never even saw the place on the website to connect in to start the process. So I vowed I would never, ever do that again. And I'll be honest, you guys, that's why I created this course. Because I would by far rather give you the tools, teach you, help you, instruct you, give you all of the knowledge to be able to do this legitimately on your own. Remember, hiring a lawyer is still better, but this for me is the next best thing. And remember, hiring a lawyer or an experienced consultant, as long as you are the only client that they've taken or you're number one on the list, nothing compares to this model. So I will show you the forms, I will show you the documents, and then every single evening from 7 to 9, I've prepared my family for the fact I will not be around. I will go live. I will share the latest updates, the latest news, and then open it up to Q&A. If a question is in the various guides, then I direct people back, watch lesson 12. That's where the answer is. Next question. Okay? And you guys have seen what happens in the lives. Go back and watch every Wednesday at 10 a.m. This is bread and butter for me. This is my world. This is my wheelhouse. And so as I take this whole question full circle, on top of lifetime access, but who needs lifetime access? You're going to have like a week and a half to figure this out, right? Legitimately. My goal is to go through everything up until May 5th. So if people are late choosing to subscribe, that's okay. Because every video, every live session that we have is all on the site to watch later if you can't make it. Now, 7 p.m. Mountain Time is for a reason, because that's 6 Pacific, that's 10 Eastern Time, 9 Eastern Time, 10 Atlantic. It's designed to make it in a time that would work the best for everybody. You're here, you're in Canada. This may be your shot. Maybe you're an international student who now miraculously has a shot at the essential worker program, even before you complete your degree. What does that mean? You just save international tuition if you can become a permanent resident. If you manage to get that 1 year through part-time work and working full times in the summer and you're completing your degree, imagine what it would be like getting local tuition for yourself compared to the out-of-country tuition, 3 times the tuition you're paying. What are you going to do with that money that you just pocketed? So what do I charge? $347 US. US because the program is housed in the US and it's just easier from a logistical standpoint to charge US dollars. That's what I charge. Now, I'm going to tell you something else. I'll tell you about this group. this private Facebook group that is so cool. It is, I've been amazed. This is the first time I'm talking about the course and really launching it. And the numbers have been piling up. I hear ding, ding, ding. I know if I turned on my email right now, let's see, 7:21, we had 2 purchases within the time that I started this video. So people go into the private Facebook group and then everybody becomes a family. Everybody works together. You've got a job when you go in that group. Your job is to keep your eyes and ears open. Maybe you hear about a test date. Maybe you hear about the opening in Toronto with an IELTS exam where they open up some new spots you've just booked, and then you quickly run back into the group. Everybody, right here, this location, Mississauga, this location, Surrey, there's a test date. And then the people that are in the group that are desperate to get those language tests, they can quickly book and get in there. That's why I'm starting on April the 26th when everybody else is doing their webinars on the 27th or whatever they're doing. I'm not waiting. This is going to go live and we're going to start to pool our knowledge, pool our experience. I don't pretend to know every single thing there is out there, but my goodness, I'll figure it out if I don't. So in this group, even though I do the lives 7 to 9, they could go longer. I have a very good idea of what the forms are all going to look like, the documents. But if there's a change, if something's released, I won't wait until the evening. It'll get into that group lightning fast. Number 1, first priority. And then from there, if there's news updates, if there's anything that I feel will help every member of that group, I share it. And everybody in the group, when they have questions, they post, I can't find the answer to this. Then there's 50 other people that say, oh, Mark talked about that in lesson 43. Go check that out. And so while I'm still working with my day-to-day clients, because my practice hasn't shut down, everybody in the group helps each other. And it's the synergy. And I've seen it happen in Express Entry. These people that join the group become friends. It's literally like a family, to the point where these people you're going to know for the rest of your life. Remember when we took that course with Mark, and now we're permanent residents. So I've got this utopian view of what this could be. And am I looking to make money out of this? Oh, you bet I am. I'm hoping that with this course, I can make so much money that I remove all of the expenses that I've ever had to run my firm for this year. And that going forward, I can take these courses and guides and tutorials to a level you guys have never seen before. And the opportunity is right now. So I have information. I have knowledge. I have experience. And I want to teach you. And what it will cost you is $347 US. And when you register, you will be immediately placed into the group. On Monday, I've already started to trickle out videos already. But on Monday, April the 26th, yes, April the 26th, the course launches, the program launches on May the 6th. We're going to start working together to make sure you're as prepared as you possibly can be. That's it. Subscribe. There's another one. So there are 400 spots. And all I can say is I've been blown away by the response. But I guess when you can't find information anywhere else, you've got all these other YouTube channels and other ones just guessing and thinking that they have a clue. I guess where do you turn, right? And after 4 or 5 years of freely sharing, freely over, there's developed some kind of rapport that maybe I might just be telling you something that's true and that's accurate that you can trust. All right, let's see what people have to say. It's crazy. I'm talking about my course and there's 153 people watching this live. I don't know what else to say really, guys. Okay, let's see what the questions are and the comments. So William says, hi, Mark. Thank you so much for your video. Any more information on people graduating right now, but not graduation paperwork? I got my English test 2 weeks ago. Cheers, mate. That is awesome, William. Not a word yet, but I will tell you guys something. The R10 rule, which relates to the completeness check that makes Express Entry miserable, does not apply to this public policy. And I'm calling it. And if you guys want to know how to call this program, it's the TR to PR pathway. That's what I call it. It doesn't apply. But what we do not know, William, we do not know if they will accept a letter from school initially with your application that says William has graduated. And it's just taking a few minutes for us to print off his diploma and the transcript isn't yet ready. So understand, William, this situation, as long as you are graduated and you have a job, it's possible. And I'm not going to say that anyone should go ahead and do this because I don't know, but there's an outside shot. Maybe we could make that work. And am I going to be searching? Am I going to be hunting for that answer? Am I going to be reaching out to the head myself personally to see if we can get that clarification? I'll tell you guys something. I have a meeting next week where it's a Q&A with IRCC, and it's policy driven. It's high level. It's between the heads of the representative organizations. We meet with them regularly and we ask questions. And I'm hoping that maybe these answers will come up in there. We'll just have to see. But I can tell you, one thing I can tell you, William, is that if I'm not the first one to tell you yes, then my goodness, I'm going to be within seconds of whoever else is sharing that good news, if that's the case. But understand, you guys, 40,000 spots, 40,000. And I can guarantee there's more than 40,000 students in your situation, William, that are graduating or have graduated that are desperately looking for this opportunity. And when IRCC has a big group of people that are all in a position to meet the minimum requirements, that have the transcript, that have the diploma or the degree in their hand, well, they may not need to show mercy. So good question, William. I like that. Yukon, Canada snow. Oh my goodness. I love those northern lights. That is an awesome. Let's back this up. I want to show you guys. This is so cool. Build it up here. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? My wife and my kids, I was working late in the evening, went outside of the city, and we could see the northern lights from here. And the interesting thing is when you're watching them, at least from here, you have to get away from the city, and rarely can we see these northern lights. Beautiful. It's usually way up north. Those who are up in the Yukon get the opportunity to see these. But down here, we don't as often. But it was here. And my wife said that when you looked at them, it was white. But when she took the picture, then it was this beautiful green and turquoise. And another example of just beautiful, beautiful Canada. So cool. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, Doran, my work permit LMIA is going to expire May 3rd. I had applied for visitor record. Would I be eligible for a new program? You need to be employed. You need to be employed, and you can't be employed on a visitor record. Simple as that. Okay, well, there's exceptions, okay? There's exceptions. But in your situation, you need to still be employed at the time in which you submit your application. Nothing said about it being at the end when it's approved, but when you apply, you have to be employed. Abdul, a past, hello from the other side. Abdul is a past subscriber to my Express Entry course. So was George. Hey guys. Hello, Mark. When will you open the next TR to PR course for French speakers? It's open. So George, understand whether it is, that you're welcome to come in, and anyone who comes into this course, when I open up the French one, you'll be free to use it as well. Okay. And so that's one thing that I'm telling people. I've labeled it essential workers and basically graduates because you guys have got the cap. The French speakers, you've got till November 5th. We can sort out the exact details, and I will be revamping the course and launching it and releasing it for French speakers. But yeah, there's no problems with that, George. We will answer those questions as well within it. And if you subscribe to this one, you'll get access to the French one. Okay. I love this. Simran says, is all the details accurate in the course? Thank you so much for asking that question. As of this moment, the information that has been revealed through the technical, it's late, you guys. How does someone function like this? If you look at the videos that I've done, it's been like nonstop. I think my mind is about ready to fry, but I still have lots more work to do. The reality is, and this is part of the course, it is a growing, evolving course from day one. So is it complete and has all the information that could possibly be out there? No, because they haven't even released the guide yet. But are the forms and the documents that are required, are they accurate? Oh, heck yes, they are. And in fact, what I'm going to be teaching people may be, in fact, to collect more information than is actually necessary, but I would rather overshoot with what I project is required than to undershoot and then you not be prepared. So the instructions and everything that I share, Simran, are all focused on what I know to be this course, what it's going to look like. And it's not just me guessing, looking at the policy and saying, it probably this, probably that. No, that forms a part of it. But much of what I'm sharing and much of what I built into the course comes from the head person themselves in the technical briefing that we had and the questions and answers that were asked about all these things that you guys are wondering, except whether or not you can submit education, proof of education in a form other than the actual transcript. That one was, she didn't confirm that. Okay, good. Yukon's got the same question. Great. Jamel, my friend, you are in. Welcome. See, people are in. Do you know if the application going live on May 5th, midnight, or what time on May 6th? Nope, nobody knows. No one knows, Roshan, but I can tell you the moment I know, I will let you know. George, let's see what he's got here. He says, took Mark's course. Yeah, George, it's really great. You get samples and instructions how to prepare each document, plus you get to ask more questions in the lives. Highly recommend. Thanks, George. I'm gonna give you one of these, my friend. And in fact, I think George asked more questions than anyone else, didn't you? Like, you ranked up there pretty high. It was pretty intense. Okay, let's see here. Okay, hello, thank you for your time. My name is Marvin from Libya. Is there any way to get visas as soon as possible? My friend, if you're not in Canada right now, everything's ground to a halt. Right now, all we're talking about is people that are in Canada in the transition. But as soon as those borders open, my friend, opportunities will come. They will. Okay, how long the process will be for the new program? Okay, Doran, that could be questions. How long is it going to be open, or how long are the applications going to be processed? Personally, I think if you have a choice, well, okay, there's a number of, I'm going to do a video on this. Do you go with the TR to PR pathways, or do you do express entry? Which one do you do? Well, the short answer is you can do both if you qualify for it. But from a processing standpoint, express entry by fiat, by policy, by regulation, by directive is supposed to be processed in 6 months, 80%. That is their targets. That doesn't exist with the TR to PR pathway. It doesn't. And R10 doesn't apply. So they can't just reject applications that don't have a color copy of a German police certificate. I say that so much because it happened to me. Oh my goodness. I have these stress fits in my previous firm. Like literally I would stress every time I get an email that said E in front of it, because I was stressed over something somehow that we overlooked or missed, because I was relying on my paralegals. I was a big fancy hotshot lawyer, beautiful office, corner office, beautiful building, there's amazing boardrooms, and and I had my paralegals and I had my support staff. But you know what? At the end of the day, I just couldn't trust them. And so I'll tell you the example, tell you what happened. So the client gives us a full package of all of the police certificates in color, translated, all scanned into one bundle. Well, that's great, except for the fact that you're supposed to upload them separately into each of their sections. Well, we could have uploaded both of them into 2 sections, but the file size was like 8 megabytes, so we had to split it. So what did my assistant do? She printed it off in black and white, because we don't print in color, scanned them back in. Now they were black and white, uploaded, client's file rejected. Boy, I never made that mistake again. All right, so processing, I think that it's probably not going to go as fast as express entry, but I still think there's a heavy emphasis and a desire for immigration to process everybody before the end of the year. Remember, economic immigrants, 108,000, and I believe these would fit right into that category. Maybe they're under, maybe they would fit. Well, it's what is it? It's section 25.2, I guess. Is that what it's? I think that's what the section that it's under, public policy. So maybe it doesn't fall under there. I don't know where it fits within the levels plans. I imagine it's economic. But anyways, what I'm saying is their desires to hit the 401k, whatever quota these ones take up. All right. So there's my view on that one. Shabnam, I'm going to give you one of these. Rockstar. That's what I want you guys to do. I want you to share these with other people. Okay, let's see. Orlando, he says, Mark, I'm your client. I have an IT about to submit. Should I apply for this? Will it be faster? Orlando, you and I, let's talk, my friend. Because at the end of the day, you've got a bird in your hand, right? So bird in the hand, and this is kind of is it an Aesop's fable? Do you guys know Aesop's fable? A bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. And basically what that means is sometimes if you let go of the one bird here, watch the bird go away. To go and get two birds, which might be, hey, faster processing time if I go here, I never ever stop proceeding forward with one guaranteed sure thing. And I shouldn't say anything is sure, right? You've got an ITA, Orlando. You're in a good spot. You know, you and I have poured tons of effort into that little critter that's called your application. There's nothing stopping you, though, from keeping that one bird and going and reaching with one hand to grab another one. So if that's something that you want to pursue, Orlando, just jump into the course and let's see what we can do. Cool. Bless you, William. Bless you. Okay, I love this. Okay, Simran, I think we already answered that one about the course. Oh, and I guess one thing I will add to this, okay? So where else in the entirety of the internet are you going to get information that is slowly, well, on April the 26th, giving you information to help you start preparing now before the program's even launched, based on solid experience. So I guess what I'm going to say is right now, is the course, does it have everything that's going to tell you how to apply? No, of course it isn't. But here's another beautiful thing. If anything happens during that day, guess what I'm going to do? If there's something in the course that needs to be changed or something that needs to be added, which absolutely there will be, then at that very moment, I will go on, I will go into that group, I will release it, I will update it, I'll do a new video, a new tutorial live if I need to, so that every single person has as much information as they possibly could get as soon as they could possibly get. And that's what I can promise, Simran. All right. Or you can just wait till May 6th when everything is there and then hope you've got all your documents. You can do that. That's totally fine. Okay, Shoaib says, this DY course will include how to make intent to move letter from Quebec. Shoaib, I don't know if it will. And the reason is because every single person is different. Every single person has different circumstances. I'm not going to include that. I'm probably won't have that in the course as a video, but we can definitely talk about it in the lives. Okay, definitely. Okay, George, what do you got here? He says the pay statement only shows that I'm employed as of the previous period end date, at best 4 days ago. So can you tell me how can you prove that you are employed and paid as of the exact date? Awesome question, George. Right there. That's an awesome one. There is always going to be a period of time, you know, unless you wait until you get your reference letter on May 6th, no one's going to do it. There has to be a period of time where immigration is just going to have to take your word for it, because there's no other way to prove it on the very day that you're filing. If you get a reference letter, well, it's going to be backdated a little bit. It'll be obtained, well, April the 25th or 6th, or if some of you have them for other purposes, it'll be even older. And so how do you prove that you're currently employed right now? You submit the letter, and then I guess at the end of the day, immigration has to trust or follow up and confirm that that you were employed over that period. It's going to be tough to show. And so I think there's going to be a lot of discretion there, George. Okay, look at that. Posting, I love that. That's great. Okay, let's see. Okay, same thing, Omid. Completion letter and transcripts instead of degrees. That's one that we're just going to have to see, because I don't have an answer for that one yet. Okay, and I know a lot of people are asking questions. This right here, because I still have to create videos. I'm going to be recording videos here probably till midnight. The purpose of this one is to talk about the course, okay? So I'm not going to answer any more questions about the programs or qualifications or anything like that. I'm going to focus now on any questions that relate specifically to the course. So that's what this video is about. All right, so let's zip through and let's see if there are any other questions. Okay, this is great. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Simran, you keep asking this, dude. Dude, I don't know what to tell you other than to say that that you're going to get as up-to-date information with instructions, with the support of the lawyer, in the same way that if you retain one. So Simran, hire a lawyer. hire a consultant, hire whoever you want to hire, Simran. And at the end of the day, you tell me who's going to get more up-to-date information. I'm assuming we probably all are going to get the final up-to-date, exactly what it's going to be when it's released. But in this course, when you register, because I attended those technical briefings, that infused my understanding of the process in a way that is not out there. It's not been revealed to anyone. Oh, wait a minute. I think it has been revealed. Who explained everything that they could think of in terms of what it could look like in their video the other night? I'm not sure. Maybe it was Mark. So at the end of the day, Simran, there's 400 spots, my friend. And if you have uncertainty about it, that's totally fine. You go proceed whatever direction you want, because I can tell you that it's going to fill up fast. And I guess then we'll see. At the end of the day, we'll see what people say in the course. Obviously, George, I guess the same could be said to the other folks that took the other course, but they'll give you an idea of what to expect. Okay, thanks, Yukon. Okay, let's see here. So other questions. And like I said, people that are asking about qualifications, that's not what this video is about. This one's all about the course, okay? Okay, let's see what Ronnie says. This is Ronald from Uganda. For now, I really need to appreciate Mark and his entire team, Holthe Immigration Law, for their passion and excellence when it comes to their clients. Thanks, Ronnie. I appreciate that. I really do. Because it's not just me. It's the lawyers that I hire to work with me. Okay. And Simran's going crazy. Simran, like, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. This is the last one I'll pull up for you. Don't purchase the course, my friend. Go do something else. Okay. This is why I love this group. Okay, Tech, don't be too hard on don't be too hard on Simran. Understand, you guys out there are so many scammers. There are so many people that are just looking to exploit you. There are so many people that just want your money and they do not have any substance to them. So I can appreciate where Simran's coming from. How can you not, when there's like a gazillion agents and consultants and representatives out there? So many of them don't have a freaking clue what they're doing. And I'll say repeatedly, there are some really, really good consultants out there that care about what they do, but there are an astronomical number of them that really do not understand to a level that you can trust your life in your one-time shot with them. And so I don't blame you, Simran. Overseas agents in India that are just like replicating like rabbits, who are not authorized, who charge you like peanuts to submit garbage applications and then ruin your life and advise you to misrep. Like, I don't blame you, Simran, for being for doubting. And all I can say is, well, just follow the people that are talking right now. If it's fraud, my friend, well, I guess, George, was it fraud? Abdul, was it fraud? The express entry? You guys both paid me $347 US for my express entry course, right? And so maybe you can help Simran, but guys, don't crucify Simran here. He's got some legitimate concerns, and the reality is there's so much garbage out there that, so many WhatsApp groups and self-help people and people that immigrated and figure they now know everything about the process. And many of them had horrible experiences with representatives and were smarter than the representative and knew more about it. And then they're like, why in the world did I waste my $4,000 or whatever they charged me? I should have done it myself. They didn't care. They made mistakes. They were sloppy. They couldn't even freaking speak English, right? And so when you've got that you're facing, I don't blame them for telling their horror stories. Man, and one thing I'm hoping more than anything is that the Consultant Association will get some teeth and that they'll be able to go after these horrible, horrible consultants. I'll tell you, if I hear a lawyer is like ruining someone's life or destroying, oh my goodness, off to the Law Society. Report. I remember there was Paul Hess in Manitoba. Oh my goodness. I don't know what happened with Paul. I don't know how people just kind of lose their mind, but millions of dollars that was lost by clients. His poor firm Pip Blado. When I went to law school in Winnipeg, man, those partners, they did not know what he was doing. Like millions of dollars. I can tell you, not only is there criminal stuff probably pending, but Paul ain't practicing law ever again in his life. That's the kind of thing that I want to see the Consultant Association deal with. The regulator. Stop being a promoter and be a regulator. CAPIC's there to promote. Anyways, I'm done. I'm off my high horse. Okay. but yeah, don't crucify Simran here. He's got valid points here, and I don't blame him. So all I can say is that if people come into the course, they'll see. They'll see. Okay, keeping about here. Yeah, so I also just did that. Yeah, it's understand it's I just did a video. I just did a YouTube. So let's flip over here to and for those of you who are watching, I just did a video. Let's see. Is it here? Let me refresh this page. It should be here. Maybe I never set the playlist properly. Oh no, there it is. How to find a language test date. One of the things that I shared in this is just the importance of understanding that you have to go every single day. You have to look every single day at the places that you want to get the, that you want to find or get a date. And then also use the apps. Use every app, the web alerts that notify you the moment something changes. Now, here's one of the beautiful things about the group is that the people that get in there, if someone finds a date and they book, instantly they come back into the group and share it with the rest of the group. We collectively put our efforts together, and that's another huge value that's in the group. All right. Let's see. Okay, zooming down to some more questions. Yeah, Tech, it's okay, my friend. Yeah. Okay, but thank you. I appreciate you sticking up for me. It's not easy to appear like the money grubbing lawyer who's looking to protect his turf. Well, reality, I'm not really like a traditional lawyer, right? Like I'm in the trenches with you guys. And then instead of saying, well, I could probably charge $10,000 per application if I wanted to. Like I know there's enough of you out there that I could completely charge 10 grand for someone to help me, and they would pay because they know, like, and trust me. And I would give them my heart and soul, but that's not what I want to do. I want to have an effect that reaches the world, that literally changes the way immigration is practiced. And I want to empower people. I want to educate them. I'm a former high school teacher, right? High school teacher, ex-immigration officer, and now lawyer, and immigration lawyer. All right, moving on. Let's see what we've got here. Tonu, we don't know. In our meeting, I know that they had not even completed the guide yet. So they still had to populate it with instructions, and understand they're not recreating the wheel. Like the head person over this department is not recreating a brand new program. No, what she's doing is she's taking the information from the existing programs, the guidance, the direction, and she's using that, the forms that are already created, the documents that were used in similar types of applications, and she's moving them over because they accomplish everything that they need them to accomplish. So they don't need to create new things. And it's a matter of knowing what they're going to pull over and what you need to prepare that allows me to do this early. That's why, because they're not going to create new forms. Maybe there might be one form. At the moment that form is released, I can tell you, I'm pulling it up on the screen in that group, and I'm saying, okay, here it is, guys. Let's take a look. Okay, here's this. But that's how I function, right? Every live is like people throwing stuff at me, and we just experience it live. Like I answer questions live. I don't sit back and say, okay, give me half an hour, I'll get back to you. There may be situations like that, but I can tell you, it's all about turning everything back into this group. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Okay, so William says, I want to buy the course, but I haven't got my degree yet, but have finished the course. What if I waste the money because I'm not eligible? William, you're not going to waste the money. That's just it. There's no guarantee for anyone who takes the course that they're going to be able to get in. No one is going to be able to guarantee that they will get a spot. There's so many things that could go wrong. You might go to the wrong website. Your computer might crash. Your internet might go down. There are so many things that are completely unpredictable. And every single person that takes the course and goes in, the only thing that I can guarantee, William, is that you will be prepared. You will be prepared. And in the event the opportunity comes and it's still open, or I get word in the interim that you can submit with just the confirmation letter from the school, well, you have to decide, William. $347, what is that? Anyways, $347 US, that is the amount. That's your loss. That's your risk, William. So what is it worth to you? You just have to make up that decision. So I'd love to have you in there, but yeah, there's no guarantee for anyone. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Afghanistan, nope, you don't qualify. You got to be in Canada. And remember, any questions about the course, that's what I'm looking for here, guys. Okay. Okay. So Simran, I'll pull you up one last time because I'm not sure what you're working at here, my friend. We should wait for official announcement from IRCC on how to apply. As he said, this course is just according to his idea. Yeah, Simran, yeah. And now I can see that really you're just a troll, really. For all intents and purposes, I recommend that you go somewhere else, Simran. I recommend you go somewhere else, my friend. All right. And thanks, you guys. There's always someone, right? Okay, what is TR? Great. So I call it TR to PR because that's what the head of the program called it. Temporary resident to permanent resident. It basically means anyone who's in valid temporary resident status, although they do say you can restore, who's a worker, who's a student, in temporary status in Canada. The goal is to transition them to permanent residence, and they've created a number of pathways to do it. So that's where TR to PR pathways, that's where it came from. Good question, Sarita. I'm going to give you one of these. Okay. No one cannot help for IELTS bookings. No, absolutely. You were right. You have to do it yourself. Now they open new slots in June, but hope it does not work. Not quite sure what you mean by that, but if you're talking about those stupid shysters who go and book the spots and then try to sell them off to someone else, yeah, that's horrible. They need to be shut down. Yep, thanks Himanshu for pointing that out. Shaw, will your new course, will it allow access to all Express Entry materials as well? No, it won't, Shaw. In fact, these the two programs, there's similarities and there's documents in the documents, but I'll be honest, there's a lot that I'm recreating because the forms are not the EAPR and the profile. They're the actual immigration forms. And so there's a lot that I'm recreating that, that's new. And so that's part of the reason. But if someone registers for the course and then I open the Francophone one and create a Francophone version, which is going to be going through till November, those people will have access. Leong, Rui, do you know what, my friend? Maybe you were directed to, you might have been one of the first ones, I can't remember, but you have to pay for it. So if you've registered, just send to info@holthelaw.com. Rui, just, yeah, send. Are you talking about this Express Entry one, my friend? That's strange. Okay, well, send me an email and we'll sort it out. Rui, I think, is in my is in the current Express Entry, so I'm not sure why you couldn't access. We'll definitely figure it out, Rui. Yeah, they know. They know. It's Rangika says, hope IRCC aware about IELTS website crashes. Yeah, they understand what's happening with the registration process. Hey, I'm sure there's lots of people that are waiting for their education. They're waiting for their language test. They're seeing that May 6th day coming up, and they're crossing their fingers saying, oh, I hope that the IRCC website crashes. That's what they're saying. Okay. Let's see here. We've got lots there. And remember, if you're asking questions, this is all really about the course, okay? Let's see here. Yeah, if it fills within 4 days, no chance for late IELTS takers. You're right. And that's a reality. That's one of the sad things. I'll just flip my screen around. You guys will have to watch the episode with Ron Lee and I. It's got 4,000 views. Wow, it's really taken off. Immigration Nation Canada, immigration is crazy. I say no. Ron Lee says yes. We had a lot of fun. It was a good one. You guys have to check that one out. I have to let Ron Lee know. I don't think she knows that's the biggest Immigration Nation one I've had. It was awesome. She was great. She was so fun. We had a lot of fun. Pinky, you just click on the link below. Okay. When you click on the link below, it will take you right here to, is it this one? Oh, that's the actual course. It will take you this one. Nope. Here. This is where it will take you to this link, the registration. So in the description, click on the link. You can also just go to the Canadian Immigration Institute, but it will take you here. And then you can see the Francophones are on here. No intake, essential workers, international students, and there's other information here. And I also have a video as well that you can watch if you have more questions about what the course is going to be. Okay. What are you waiting for? Yes, I want this. You click on here. It takes you to the registration page. And once I hit 400, it's going to come to an end. So that's where I'm going to cap it. Okay. If you go here too, and you just type in Canadian Immigration Institute, it would take you to the main page for the Canadian Immigration Institute. And you can just click on CR courses and it will take you straight to this one right here. Same thing. Get the course now. Boom. Okay. I'm going to check my email again. I want to see. Yep. 1, 2. Yeah, we've got 3 more. It's not going to, yeah, the course is going to be so full. And the reality is those of you who are taking your time, and I'm not a fearmonger, but I literally can't take, what am I doing? I'm all over the map here. I literally can't take more than 400. So that's kind of the max that I've set. So yeah, so you guys are going to have to decide if you want to get in. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Oh, Addie, are you not able to access the group? You should be able to. Send me an email back to info@holthelaw.com or mark@canadianimmigrationinstitute.com. So merely push your course today. Wonder how can I access the private Facebook group? Thinking that we would need to wait till Monday. No, you can get in, and I'm actually releasing the videos, the ones that are the most important. Like right now in there, I have an explanation of how the course works, but I also have the top things that you need to do right now to start preparing, the top documents that you need to focus on. So I've got a video on that to prepare. That one I already released and already launched. But Addie, send me an email because I'm not sure why. I'll have to just make sure and check. Okay. All right. Okay. Annalisa, yes, just enrolled this afternoon for the course. I can see your passion on helping people. Just the free YouTube videos are already so much of a help and guidance. God bless you, Mark. I am super excited. And you know what the favorite part that I have, Annalisa, is that I'm going to get to know you in the group. Like I'm going to get to know people, and you guys might become friends for life, but I recognize you. Like you look at George and Abdul, like I see them so much. And one day we're going to have this big, massive gathering here in Canada. We're going to have a Canadian Immigration Institute alumni celebration. And those of you who are permanent residents and that have come through the courses, you know, I have all of you in there. I've got your contact information. And when this whole pandemic ends, we're going to have this big celebration hosted by Holthe, hosted by the Canadian Immigration Institute, because it's a separate entity, legal services, education services. And we're going to have this awesome party. It's going to be so much fun. We'll do it right here in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada, where I live. Oh, I just thought of that. That'll be so awesome, Annalisa. Oh, so good. Employment under international graduate stream. Well, okay, I'll ask this one, Tech, because you were defending me, and I appreciate that. So when it comes to educate employment, I think the best thing that you can do is a pay slip, a pay stub, right? The reference letter, and then a pay slip or pay stub. And in the course, I'll teach you exactly how to set up your reference letter so that it's going to work no matter which direction that IRCC goes. That's the best thing. I may tell you to get a letter that's even better than what they want, but that's fine. Do it better than to take something shorter and then realize you're missing something. That's how I'm going to deal with this. Okay. Okay, I think, let's see. How do you know what time the application to apply for PR will open on the 6th? Will it be midnight or something later today? Yeah, we don't know. We just do not have the answer to that. And see, when I don't know, I say I don't know. When I have a very good idea, and I know if I tell you my good idea that it's going to actually help you to start the process early so you're not waiting till May 6th, then oh yeah, I'm all over it. But when I don't know and I don't have the answer, I'll tell you. But I'll sure tell you as well as soon as I find the answer out. and it'll get shared within the group. Addie says, that would be amazing if you would make the course with Ronna Lee. OMG, that would be nuts. Oh, she is so funny. We're going to bring her on. Actually, I would point you guys back to the Canadian Immigration Podcast and watch, listen, just look that up and listen to the episodes that I did with Ronna Lee. Her and that group did a group of 5 sponsorship for some Syrians and other families. And she's exceptional. She's just a wonderful person. Nope, Dora, job offers don't apply. Remember, and I'm going to do a video on this as well, just because you have an offer of employment doesn't mean you're employed. You need to understand the difference. Okay, tips on what to do when drafting a robust letter. There will be specific guides, just like George can attest, in there that show you exactly how to do it. Okay, this is a tough one, Alexa. I don't have an answer to this one. If you're short a couple of hours, what does a couple of hours mean? And but it's continuously working. Is it still okay to apply? What does a couple hours mean? That's the reality. Because they say, here's the reality, Alexa. If it says that 1 year equals 1,560 hours, then that's not 1,558. Like it, I think you're going to have a hard time making that case, Alexa. And that's the hard part, right? This is awesome. I have no clue what Malkeet's getting at here. Maybe I'm the trickers. Do you know what? I've got a really good magic trick I'll have to show you guys. It's the disappearing handkerchief. I could do it right here for you guys, and I could hold my hands here and I could make the handkerchief disappear, and I could do different tricks, and I could hold my hands right up in front of the screen. Oh, it would be so much fun. Is that what he's talking about? Or is he talking about me as being a scammer? Well, that could be too, I guess. One thing I will tell you guys is that I am a Canadian immigration lawyer. And if I was duping people and scamming people, well, I could probably lose my license to practice law. And my wife and my 4 children would be pretty upset with me if I if I was disbarred because I was swindling people out of money. Okay, let's see here. Keeping going down. I'll give Ronnie a shout out. Thank you, my friend. I know you posted that before. I appreciate that. Let's see. So remember, questions about the course only. And if you're asking about, do I qualify? Remember, guys, I am an immigration lawyer. And so if you go over here to our website and you have questions, you can go, and all you have to do is click on book a consult, and it's in the description below. And I'm going to probably wrap this up here in a few minutes, but in the description below, all I have to do here is go here to my website, book a consult, flip to the next available, which is Monday. And I've got a whack of appointments Monday. I've got a whack of spots open still. So I'm grateful that people actually haven't been booking them, because that will give me even more time to put some finishing touches on the course, but it's available. I wonder if there's a problem with people trying to book. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, let's keep moving along here. See if we can get to a few more questions, and then we'll wrap it up. And remember, any questions about the programs, those are for the Q&A on Wednesday. Let's see. So any questions about the course, please don't hesitate to ask. Just saw the title of this video and Googled if it actually is open right now. Thanks for the shock. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, Ralph, that tends to be what I am these days. Yes, here's a great question. This one I'll answer, and I will give him a clap. Okay, Viraj. Okay, from what we understood from the technical briefing, Mark, you said in your last stream, fee payment portal will be different, but do we have to pay it first? Then we can submit the profile on May 6th. I believe, yes, that it will be through the IRCC fee payment portal. Because remember, it's not like Express Entry. This is like a portal where you upload your documents to. The forms will be linked there. You guys know what it looks like when you're applying for a study permit or a work permit. You know how it automatically defaults the 5710 form right up at the top, and then you can click on it and you know you've got the most current one. That right there, in my mind, when I envision what this is going to look like, that's what I see. I see the drop-down list with all the forms, and you click on them and they hyperlink to, you open up the form and then you upload it right into that exact spot for the form. But the fees, when you actually go to submit, I don't think there's built in a payment portal into it. So I think you use the IRCC fee and you pay it in advance. That's what I think. Okay. But as other people have said, that's just what Mark thinks. Well, there's a little bit of background to that thinking, a little bit of substance. It's not just guessing. Okay, let's see here. Game Fan says, hello, just subscribe to your TR to PR course and join Facebook group. Have almost everything since I'm about to apply for CEC, getting medicals in 2 days. So I'll have everything to apply right here. Awesome, Game Fan. That is so cool. I can't wait to know what your real name is. Welcome. That's so cool. How much approximate this draw will run? I think like it could, like Ron Lee and I had little competition, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be, I can't see it staying open a week. I really can't. But you just never know, right? You just never know. Okay, hi Mark, as a French speaker, should I wait till all the details are out, then apply, or try on 6th of May? Well, Hind, remember that they will have all the details. All the details will be out on May the 6th. And if you're applying under one of the French speaker programs, then you've got time to think about it, get your documents together. I'm willing and able to help you with anything that you need. But you just are not under the mad rush that everybody else is, if you meet the eligibility requirements. Okay. Good question, Preetha. We do not know when they're going to open up the guides for this process. We don't know. Kay says, I'm already in the course. Can't wait to learn more information and tips. I'll give you one of these. I'm excited for you to be there too, Kay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, Rangika. I think I answered it. Any idea about late IELTS exam takers? Yeah, like I said, I don't personally think, I think it's a risky proposition to try to submit your application when you've not yet taken the test. Okay. All right. Ellie's been around for a long time. If we took the old Express Entry and LMA programs DIY, is it possible to get a discount for this course? There isn't, my friend. This is a whole new, the whole new world. And yep, you bet, $347 is a lot, without a doubt. When I think about what you would pay a consultant, I don't think there's a consultant in the world that would, well, or a lawyer for that matter, that would represent you and give you the knowledge and information that I know I'm going to give you. Remember, guys, it's not just about someone taking your application, having you fill out a form or a questionnaire, and then just submitting it without you knowing what's happening. You control this process. It's your portal. It's your access. It's your email address. No matter how the representative supports and helps you, IRCC expects it to be your own email address. You drive it, and they expect you to upload the documents. See, this is what they're expecting. So if you've got a consultant or a representative that has another plan than that, you need to make sure that you clearly understand exactly what that plan is. Once the application is submitted, then I know 100% that representatives will be able to link your portal, your access into their representative portal. So there's something that I know. Yep, you'll need the documents in advance. Medicals, that's one that's up in the air. If you've had a medical previously, there's an outside chance that you may not need to get a new one. I personally do not believe medicals are going to be required up front. Yeah, last week of July is going to be tough, Janelle. Okay, let's keep zipping through here. We also would love to have academics valid. We would, but no confirmation yet. They haven't been willing to do it. Ah, see, this is how long. Abdul's coming back into the picture, my friend. See what he says. I recommend you guys to take his course and save the price of your daily Tim Hortons latte. You will save up the course. Also, if you check how much a consultant will charge you, you'll definitely take the course. Abdul, thanks. Like, I really appreciate that, because you guys can listen to me blithering on, telling you it's so awesome, and and I know what I'm doing and all those kinds of things. I've only been doing this for 17 years, but hey, I think you guys don't understand. I'm turning 49 years old this year. Can you believe that? 49. That's crazy. Abdul, you are the man. Thank you very much for that shout out. Okay. And these are guys that paid the $347, took the express entry courses with me and the master classes. Okay. Okay. And those of you who are asking about police certificates, okay, I don't know how you guys suck me into this. I'm talking about my course and how awesome it is and how all of you should subscribe to it. And you keep asking me all these questions that pull it in. It's like you ask a question, I'm like, I must answer. I must answer. Police certificates, I recommend everybody to just get them. You don't need one for Canada. There's no reason in the world not to just go and get another police certificate from your country. If you're not going back there, the thing isn't going to expire. And if you need one at the end of the day, like, here's how I approach this. You want your application to be processed faster? There's going to be boxes. Well, how do I know? Because the person told me. She told all the lawyers that there will be an optional box section where you can upload other documents, and probably multiple spots where you can do that. And so from my perspective, I'm going to go get the police certificate done, because admissibility is a critical component to the process. You have to show that you're admissible to Canada. Criminal inadmissibility is one of those factors. Medical inadmissibility is one of the factors. But right now, when you're in Canada, they're looking at possibly not requiring people to get new medicals if they are within a certain time frame. But nothing firm has been said. Okay, let's see here. Felix says, Mark, you're amazing. I took a diploma program in a private college. Oh, see how he's trying to suck me in? Oh, you know what? I'll give you props for that, my friend. I took a diploma program in a private college in hospital management, total 24 months, 12 months in class, 12 months for co-op. Do I be eligible for it? I don't know, Felix. I do not know if you can count that. I don't. We would need to actually look at your diploma degree. And typically when you have a work experience, like a co-op component to a program, typically it is included. It's a part of a 2-year program. And you typically can, if the program says 2 years, then you're good to go, my friend. In fact, it's 18 months, right? So, there's a good chance that the answer is yes, but at this stage, I cannot say with 100% certainty. Okay. I don't think so, Summit. So do you think Canada will start more TR to PR programs in the coming months? No. I think they're doing this with a hope. They're projecting 90,000. Plus, remember, all the Francophone, and they're just using that to kind of boost it up. They've already did the 27,332 ITAs, and they've got the regular processing that's going on with the CEC draws, 5,000, 5,000, 6,000. So I don't think so. This is a one-time shot. That is my belief. Can you leave the country? Sure, if you have valid TRV and the travel restrictions don't keep you out. So will you do a live on May 6th too for those enrolled in the course? Okay, don't spoil it for people, okay? Don't spoil it. You know what? You guys are going to be like family. And I can tell you that with the number of people that are purchasing the course, I'm going in again, and we have and we have even more that have purchased. Excuse me. Yeah, we had another 2 that just purchased. Okay, anyways, so basically what I'm saying here is that what am I saying? I'm saying yes, absolutely I will. We got to talk about this in real time, what's happening. That's it. We got to talk about. We got to talk about whether it's dropping down. I'm probably going to be going live in the on the Canadian Immigration Institute page as well. With a ticker of what's happening. What do we see? A live play-by-play for all you people that are interested in this. Okay. And yeah, if your stuff is valid, you guys can leave. Like, it's just a matter of whether or not you can come back in with the travel restrictions. Okay. And there's another one that just purchased. 400 spots, guys. You guys make the call. And I think, yeah, the questions have been asked repeatedly. Cheers. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Thank you, Alexa. I appreciate your trust. Let's see. Let's see here. And Henry says, do we need to give any letters of explanation? Maybe if there's something to explain. Yes, Rangi, I answered that one. I do not think that anyone who doesn't have an IELTS should go ahead and submit their application Do not. I don't think you should. I think that it's, I think that you're going to have a whole host of problems if you do that. Karen, as soon as the portal's live, you bet it's going to be there. As soon as I know where it's going, where you're going to be able to submit your application, all those kinds of things. And yes, the documents required, I've already started. Like those videos are almost done for the documents. And I may tell you to get more documents than you need. And that's what you guys have to understand. There's someone else that just purchased. Gotta like that. Okay, the reality is when you are going through this process, the reason that I have confidence and faith in what I'm teaching you is because I'm telling you probably to get more things than you actually need. So reference letter, what does it mean to be employed? Well, what I'm going to tell you to do is probably going to get a reference letter that has more than you might need for the program. And that's how I'm doing it. So there we go. How many forms and documents? You know, I don't think there's going to be a ton. I really don't. Because remember, they don't care about your foreign work experience. They don't care about your foreign education. You know, all they care about is your education here if you're an international grad. All they care about is your language tests and whether or not you're currently working. They want to know if you're actually, you know, admissible to Canada. In other words, you haven't got yourself a DUI here in Canada or something like that. So those are all factors that you need to look at. George. Oh my goodness, George, you are the man. I love you. You are awesome. He says, Simran, you are a joke. Mark Holthe just told you he meets with the immigration department. Just Google Mark Holthe and verify he is who is claiming to be. Go post questions on Canada visa. Oh, George, you're awesome. I'm going to meet you guys in person. Like I'm really, truly going to do a little reunion. I think it would be so fun to have like have a conference. It would be so fun to just a meet and greet and have people come out and it would be so much fun. Game Fan says, this TR to PR course is the closest thing without directly retaining legal assistance. I trust your course, Mark. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You guys can see what happens, right? Like there's how many people? 90,000 people. Lots are going to representatives. And understand, if you have hired a lawyer or a consultant that's really, really good, and you are the only person that lawyer or consultant is working directly with, then you're better off doing that than purchasing the course. You're better off paying your $3,000 or $4,000 or however much they're going to charge you and having them guide you through every step of the way. If there's a mistake and the lawyer makes a mistake, well, I know you can report them to the Law Society if you lost out on your opportunity because they made a mistake. That's what it means to hire a lawyer. If the consultant makes a mistake, there's no recourse for you. There's none. It's just like, oops, too bad. But when it comes to going through the course, I'm going to teach you and educate you to the point that you actually are more prepared and know more, ironically, than the vast majority of consultants out there. Now, those that are Canadian Bar Association lawyers, they know everything that I know. They do. But what they don't have is this awesome way of, you know, and this mindset to teach and to share and to educate. That's what I have. And there's another one that just purchased. Wow. You guys, all I can say is there's only 400 spots and they're just like going ding, ding, ding every 3 minutes. So if you want to get in, you better act now. And this isn't me being a fearmonger. All right, cruising on. Let's see who's next. Yeah, as we said, yeah, you can slip out, but remember, you have to have a valid temporary resident visa. You have to have, if you're a visa exempt, you have to have a valid ETA. And remember, you have to pay attention to the orders in council because you may leave, but you may never get back in. If you don't have a job, if you're not currently working, you can find yourself trapped outside of Canada. So what I will very, very carefully say to you, Signee, is that you must be certain that you've consulted with a lawyer who can advise you on the travel restrictions as to leaving and coming back. Okay. Or you spend the time reading the orders in council and trying to decipher that nightmare that has caused all of us to have headache after headache after headache. Okay. And remember, guys, if the questions about, do I qualify? Those are like, yeah, understand that they are, George, I'm sorry. George, you guys, you and Abdul, you guys are like salt of the earth. If you read the context of his public policy, you will understand it is simply express entry with eligibility criteria dropped. So Mark Holthe, being experienced in EE, can help with this. George, thank you for pointing out the obvious. I've spent, like, since the inception, when it comes to express entry, I was involved in a working group with the Canadian Bar Association. I was a member at large on the national executive at that time. Back in 2014, when express entry was contemplated, I looked at the regulations. We gave advice. Well, we gave our submissions to the government on problems that we saw with the proposed regulations. And there's another person who's purchasing. It's just going tick, tick, tick now, guys. And so I've been involved with express entry since the beginning. And when I say the head of the express entry program, I knew the first one. He was an awesome guy. Oh, I loved him. He was so good, who headed up express entry. He comes speak at our national immigration conferences. I've been on, in the last, since express entry was entered in, I've been on 2 express entry panels at the National Canadian Bar Association's immigration conference, where the heads of the express entry units have come. I've had lunch with them. We've talked about the inner workings of express entry. I don't need to say this stuff. You know, I'm the head of the Canadian Bar Association, the chair, which means that I have the privilege of serving all of the other lawyers that most of them are smarter than I am. But I guess because I'm a nice guy, you know, they were kind enough to elect me because I treat everybody well. There's a lesson in life for you. Just be kind, and you'd be amazed, absolutely amazed, what it does for your professional careers. Just be kind. Just be nice to people. Be patient. Be understanding. You know, seek first to listen and understand, and then do the talking. You know, my wife is slowly trying to teach me that. But yeah, like, just be kind. And like, if you guys had even half an inkling of, you know, of the time that I've spent interacting with government, like, I have 2 meetings with the head, including Minister staff, Minister Menachino, with his staff next week to talk about the budget, to talk about the millions of dollars they're putting into immigration. We offer lots of suggestions. We, you know, even the minister, we recommended as the Canadian Bar Association. I've got some phenomenally smart table officers. Ravi Jain, who's the past chair right now, he's had his battles with the consultants for sure. And I support him in virtually everything that he's been trying to do. He's brilliant. He's an exceptional lawyer who cares. I have Kyle Heineman, who's going to be following up. He's the vice chair. He's also way smarter than I am, an amazing lawyer, just a great guy. And then Lisa Middlemas, who's in Quebec. And all of them have come on my Immigration Nation. Well, Lisa's actually joining me right away. Go check them out. They're all exceptional. If you're going to hire lawyers, go hire them. They're awesome. Very, very good. Okay. So thank you, George. Wow, I get kind of trailed off on there, right? And Rangika, I recommend, I'm going to ring the bell here. You need to book a consult with me and let me answer your questions, all of them. Clearly, this is an issue for you, and I understand it. Get one of those little apps. Make sure you've got a ticker on there that says when you can book an exam. Go as fast as you can. And then on May 6th, Rangika, I'll pray with you too. I will pray with you that the whole system crashes and shuts down and no one can submit an application for like 2 weeks. Okay? Let's all pray for that. Although probably most of the people that are in the group right now that have just continued to subscribe and pay are probably thinking to themselves, that isn't helping me because it'll increase my chances of success if all these other people can't get their language tests. So it's a catch-22, right? Okay, Alexa says, how I wish I could register. I'm saving up for the application itself, but thank you for your awesome videos, Mark. You're welcome, Alexa. You're very, very welcome. Okay, Bhuvan says, I purchased the course today afternoon. Is it open? I'm gonna give you one of these, Bhuvan. It will open on the 26th, but if you go in there, Bhuvan, like, I think, have you slid over there? I haven't looked at the Facebook group to see if you are in. And those of you who are waiting to be entered into the Facebook group, Igor had a monster headache all day today. He helped me in the morning and then he took the time off. Slava, who ironically, they're both from the Ukraine, he's also working through a whole bunch of things. And there's another person that just purchased. He's also working through a bunch of things. So once I'm off this live, I will go in and I will admit all of you into the private Facebook group. And I want you to talk. I want you to communicate. I want you to post. Say, here's where I'm at. These are the questions I have. Let's see what Mark's going to say about this. Talk amongst yourself. It's a community. There's another person who purchased. So yeah, so Bhuvan, there you go. The course material, all of it will be released on the 26th, so Monday. That's when it's going to go. And you can see I've been on this one already for an hour and 24. I think maybe I'm addicted to this. I think so. I think I have a problem. I think I have a problem with going live and interacting with people and teaching and helping. It's like a drug for me. And I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'm what many people call our faith Mormons, although we don't use that name. And I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. But I think I found my drug, and my wife is probably can attest to it. Mark, you're addicted to that. You're addicted to going online. I can see what these YouTubers do now. Wow, I never really thought of it before, because here's what's happening to me. I'm working with my clients. I feed off of the consults that come in. I love helping to review applications. I love getting on a screen share, going through every part of someone's EAPR to make sure it's 100% correct. I love doing that. But I can tell you, going on here live, answering questions, it like pulls me. And you've seen what's happened. Like now that I see that all these people are interested and are learning, and I'm having this impact on the world, it's just like this feeling inside me that I just want to keep doing it. And you know what? I have to create some boundaries for myself. Otherwise, I know health-wise, I put on a lot of weight over the last couple of years, just sitting in my desk, not, this last year in particular because of COVID. My office used to be on the other side of the river, and I'd ride my bike every day. You guys can go back and watch the earlier videos. I was probably about 40 pounds lighter, but I've just been sitting here and doing this. And I go out for walks with Simba, my little dog, but yeah, I've got to find balance. But anyways, I don't know why I tell you guys this. It's so strange. This is a real surreal experience. Maybe that's what happens when you're functioning on virtually no sleep. At least tomorrow, Sunday, that will be the day of rest. That's a day when I can go and attend church, and I've got my church responsibilities. I'm actually teaching a lesson tomorrow, a wonderful lesson in our priest. It's called our elders quorum class. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun because the message is a wonderful one, and it's done. Guess what? By Zoom, just like this. But church, fortunately, we can meet just a small portion of us, a very, very small, and we're all spread out. We can only meet up to 15% of the building capacity. And so we kind of alternate. If your names are A to L and, K to Z, we kind of split it up. And I'm really looking forward to just going there and kind of renewing my commitment to my Savior. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Questions keep coming. Oh, this is another great one. Will the TR to PR courses remain forever? Yes. You do not have to have well, yes, you do, my friend. So here's the thing. This is the critical component. The best place that I've ever found to do this and be able to communicate is a private Facebook group. I can do the lives in there. I can bring documents in. I can answer questions. People can talk to each other in streams. I'll give Facebook that. When it comes to community building, they're great. When it comes to promoting videos and allowing people to see them, the Express Entry Law private Facebook group is over 127,000 people, but I can't tell you how many times I went live in that group and nobody could see the lives. Nobody could see them. They didn't show up on their timeline. It was infuriating. So that's why I now spread it out to that group. YouTube is now my new home. And I would love for the YouTube channel to grow to over 100,000. Like I would love to see that. And it's been really, really helpful for me. So lifetime access, and there's another one who purchased lifetime access, you guys, to the course is as long as Facebook exists. If Facebook closes, then the course is separate. The course materials are always there. They're housed in a separate place. But in the Facebook group and the lives that I do and all the documents and everything I pour into that group, you will have access to life or until Facebook shuts down. So I don't know. You guys will have to vote on whether you think Zuckerberg's Facebook is going to crash. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like a pretty sure thing. By that time, Game Fan, you're going to be a Canadian citizen. Okay. Good morning, Divine. It's actually good night, but I guess it's probably 8:30 for you over where you're at. Okay. Yes, Abhishek. Is there any cap on the TR to PR course? Yes. That's one thing I want to tell you guys. It's 400. So, and I can tell you, like when I look at the numbers that have booked just while I've been on here, it's just gone at one after another, after another, after another. So it's 8:30. I had one at 8:29. So yes, 400. I've done the logistics. I've looked at this, and I genuinely do not believe that I can take any more than 400. That's the cap. Because once you get too big, then I'm afraid that, well, I'm not really afraid because I've already done this, right? I know, but 400 is where I need to keep it for it to be a meaningful group. If it gets too big, then people just feel like you're not actually there for them. You're not supporting them. Now, I'm not the lawyer. It's not like legal representation. I'm teaching the materials, everything, and all of you will be asking the same questions. And so there's a lot of duplication, and there's another one, but you have to make sure that if you're going to register, do it now, because the cart is going to be open all the way until May the 5th. So the beginning of May the 5th, I'm going to close it, because if you haven't gotten your stuff together by that time, and you're ready to launch on May 6th, then I don't think you're going to get enough value out of the course, because there just isn't going to be enough time to figure it out. And I probably shouldn't even do that, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm serious. I'm just kind of figuring this stuff out as I go. I believe in what I'm doing. I know where I want to go. And I know that I have the tools within the course and how I structure everything. I know that I have the tools to be able to help every person that goes through, that they're going to benefit. They are definitely going to get $347 worth, right? But how it all plays out, there's a lot of uncertainty. It's going to be a roller coaster. But you guys that join the course, that subscribe, we're a team. We're Team Mark. And I'm going to do everything in my power to prepare you guys so that you have the best chance. Am I going to guarantee that if you take the course, you're going to get one of those spots? No, I can't. And I could never do that. And even the lawyers or consultants who you retain cannot guarantee a spot in the cap. We don't know what's going to happen. And I've already told you about my nightmare experience. If you want to go back, I can't remember at what point in the video I talked about my experience with the parental sponsorship. That nightmare. Oh, it was the worst, one of the worst days of my professional career. This family desperately needed to sponsor their parents, and I kept their file myself so that I could guarantee it was done right. And then when we went to register, I kept refreshing the page, right? It's going to go here, and then the page refresh till it opens up. And I never ever saw it open up, because the IP, they allowed 2 from my office in, and that was it. And we do not know if that's going to happen again. We don't know. So these big firms, these big offices, these big machines that have multiple people operating under the same IP address, and then let's add in all those stupid jokers that are saying, oh, you pay me, I've got my, whatever it is, the robot, that's going to help you to make sure that you get a spot if you pay me X dollars. Oh man, I wish they would just go away. All right. Wow. Yes, GameFan, I agree. I think they will reuse as much as they can. I'm amazed. I think our numbers must just be locked here, because I see a ton of people going through, and I can't tell if I think I'm still live. Maybe I'm just talking here and there's not even anyone in there. Someone post a new comment so I know, and there's someone else who purchased. Someone post a comment and let me know if I'm still active. It says I'm live. Give me a thumbs up or something, someone, so that I know that I'm not just talking to the screen. I just assume because the cart's still clicking and clicking and clicking with new purchases that I'm just assuming that, okay, thank you. Nessa saves me, who's also in the course. I'm here. Okay, good. It stayed at 153 the whole time. And so Karen just joined the course. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. This is so hilarious. This is so funny. Good vibes. That's so awesome. Oh, I'm still alive. Good. It was just like, I don't know if I'm just mesmerizing you guys with my stories and tales. I don't even know what I'm doing. I think I'm in autopilot now where I'm just talking and there's so many questions here. Like I said, so many questions and yeah. Okay, Karen. Okay, I'm just gonna put here. I'm not able to join the Facebook group. Karen, once I get in, like I literally have, I don't know what, like 50. I don't know how many people I have here that have just purchased, and so it's gonna take me a second. Once I get off the live, then I'll go and I'll admit all of you in. Just make sure you go to the group because it gives you the link. Click to the Facebook group and then just put your email address that you're registered with, and then I'll add you all in. Okay, so I will do that, and then you can get in there and start visiting and talking and all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's see here. If I go back, I'm just trying to get caught up. T. Smith. That is so funny. Oh, I love this one, Amarjeet. Why you play with students' future? Amarjeet, I don't know what you're talking about. I know it's hard if you are Justice for Quebec students. That's hard if there's students there for sure, my friend. Yeah, I think many people are thinking that the CIC website is going to get hung up. I think many of them are hoping. I don't know what this is. I'm trying to post here. Yeah, when it comes to Quebec students, I'll be honest. I just don't know. I just don't have an answer for that. And I know Tanvir is asking about Quebec students. And you know what? Actually, one of the groups, maybe you guys know it. There's another YouTube group, and I can't remember. They invited me to join them, and I'm going to come, and I'm going to talk, and I'm going to educate myself on the issue. But let me just see here. If I go to the Facebook page, I got to pull up Messenger here. All right, I'm going to pull this up. But I was just invited to go on another YouTuber's channel. I guess that's collaboration, right? We're doing a collab. And it looks like Facebook is saying, man, Mark, there's so much going on. We can't even open up your course. But let me just see if I can see who it was and what the name of it was. Some of you may know, especially you that are the Quebec students. That's why I bring this up. So let's see. Oh, okay. It's Johnny Hans. And so he is, who's Johnny with? Do you guys know Johnny Hans? What's the name of his group here? This one. I'll give him a shout out. Why not? I'm doing whatever I want, apparently. Right here. Do you guys know anything about this group here? Does anyone know Johnny Hans Canada? Like I don't know. He's obviously got he's getting ready to go live or something. But I don't know. Do you guys know this here? Do you know him? Looks like he's doing a lot of stuff for students. So give me, if anybody knows, if he knows this YouTuber and the work that he's doing as an agent. I know that there's a consultant associated with him as well. I don't know much, but I'm assuming if he's producing good, if he's got 115,000 subscribers, that he must be doing something right. But maybe you guys can tell me, because he's thinking about me maybe coming to join him on Wednesday. And I'm totally fine with collaborating and other people that are doing good work. Give me a thumbs up if anybody knows him. That's how you do social proofing, isn't it? Okay, let's zip back down, and I'll just keep going with a few more questions, and then I better wrap it up. So let's see here, zipping down. Yeah, Karen, so I've talked about that, you joining, and let's flip through the other meaningless comments here. I guess that comes with the territory as well, right? Thank you, Shoab. I appreciate that. You're doing a really great job. I appreciate your efforts to let us know updates. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do, right? Like, that's the key. I'm not charging or anything for this. I'm just trying to help. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll ask you, Sager, you've been a good follower for a long time, so I'll answer your question here. There's no restriction on how many applications you submit. You could submit through every single program if you wanted to. Thanks, Shoab. Okay, let's see. Now, I'm trying to figure out if it's Parth. I think it's good people like this. I'll give them a good shout out here. So this is great. So I love it when people come on, and I'm not sure if I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, Parth. Can you please stop useless talk? Okay, so I think that's directed to me. So here's Parth, and sometimes people who post these, sometimes it's immigration consultants who have got offended because I said so many of them are terrible, knowing that there are some that are really good and they know who they are and they don't need to defend themselves. And sometimes there's people like this that fancy themselves pretty knowledgeable and don't feel like they need to sit. And obviously, Parth, you're welcome to continue listening, or you could also stop watching too. And yeah, so I think you guys are great. I love it when people make comments that just kind of really expose, I guess, to some extent, who they are. And I'm giving Parth a lot of time here. Usually I don't, but it's interesting, Parth. I wonder what you would do if you were on the other side of the camera and we could hear if you had anything useful to say. Maybe you do. Maybe there's lots of good things that you can share with everybody that would be better than listening to me talk right now. That's possible. You know what, Parth, if you're there, if you're there, here's what I'm going to do, Parth. So if you have something that you'd like to join me, usually I don't do this, but it's kind of fun. Why not? So if you're there, Parth, I'm more than willing to bring you on. So what I'll do here is I have the ability to bring guests on live. This is the fun part. So here's the link right here, Parth. This is for you, my friend. So if you just type in that URL, and I'm only going to let Parth in, he's the only one. So Parth, if you want to click on this link, and then I'll bring you in live, okay? This will be fun, and we'll wrap it up this way. And there's another purchase to the course. But go in here, and Parth Patel, you've said, we've talked about useless stuff here. So I'll stop that now. And so if you click on this link, then I'll pull you in as a live guest right into the live stream right now, Parth. Okay? So if you're watching, maybe you're done watching because most of what I said was useless, but I would love for you to come join me, and then you can kind of explain why you felt what I was saying was useless, and maybe you have something that's better to say. It's open. Like I don't ever want to be here talking about useless stuff if there's better things that I could be talking about. So Parth, there it is. It's open. The channel is open. The moment I hear you ringing in, I'll pull you right in, and then you can tell a little bit about yourself, and you can talk about basically what you think we should all be hearing, right? Okay, there's for Parth. So let's see what he has to say. So I'll just leave that up for you, Parth, just for a little bit in case you're looking for a link to connect in. Okay. Actually, we'll put it up here. Put it up at the top. There it is for Parth. Okay, but I'm only going to let Parth in, no one else. Okay. And I'm actually going to take a little screenshot so I remember Parth, so I can remember his comment and know the right person. Okay. And then we have Preetha that says you're awesome. Thanks, Preetha. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. And I know, and I want to give a shout out to Tanvir and everybody in Quebec. It's horrible. I know it is. And actually Lisa Middlemiss, she's going to come and talk about the issues in Quebec. And my heart goes out to you guys. Like I really do. Like you've got a government that is definitely anti-immigrant. Like anyone who doesn't speak French is definitely, you are treated like a second-class citizen. And so I understand if you go to school, and this is one of the problems that I have sometimes with education agents. Like if you go to school in Quebec and you don't speak, if you don't speak French, your options for immigration are very limited. Express entry doesn't work. Any of these programs don't work because Quebec has its own programs. Okay. Looks like Parth hasn't been interested in reaching out yet. I think you probably would have heard already, Parth. You're welcome to join me. Okay, we'll leave that up for a little bit longer. All right, let's see what else we've got going on here. So yeah, Tanvir, yeah, my heart goes out for you. I know it's just a horrible situation there. Okay, yeah, we've got you in there, Karen. Let's see here. The documents and everything will be in the course. You can check that out. Let's see here. Documents, yeah, so they're all in the course. Doran, it says, where is it saying that you have to be employed at the time of submitting? As I read that there are any temporary resident is eligible. So when you're applying under the programs, if you go back and let's let's just shift back here. We've got this page again. Why not? We'll wrap this one up here. So we'll go to the public policies. Okay. So we've got a couple options here. We've got the essential occupation. So let's just zip down here to the policy. We'll make it really quick. Okay. So here we go. Okay, right here, be employed in Canada. Okay, at the time the application is received. So there you go, there's one. Let's see what else we have here for other policies. That's essential workers. Okay, and then that's the Francophone. Well, we could look at the Francophone too if you want. Go here, flip down, take a look. Be employed in Canada. It's B for all of them. But hey, it's all important. Like I really want to teach you guys. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to post-secondary. Let's see here, post-secondary. Go back here, being granted, school, blah, 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 blah. Be employed in Canada with a valid work permit. So I think we're okay with that one, right? In terms of knowing that, yep, it's a requirement, Doran, and you just have to read the actual regulations. I should say the public policy, because that's really where it comes from, public policy. Okay. Ali says, just got the course. Can't wait to watch the videos. Do you recommend that I apply for this new PR stream or CEC? I would be eligible for CEC by the end of May. I do both. I would seriously do both. Now, ultimately, there's processing fees associated with it. But remember, CEC, there's no guarantee. And there's no guarantee with this. Asterix. I'm going to give you this, man. Asterix sent me an email. He sent me an email basically saying, too, like, how do I know this isn't some kind of scam, right? Asterix, you're so awesome, my friend. And then he gets his friend to sign up. You are awesome. I'm going to give you another one, man. But he asked fair questions, right? He said, like, and I don't blame you guys. Like, what's going on? Like, why is this, you know, like, how do I trust this? There's so much free stuff out there with self-help guides and all these kinds of things from people who did it themselves before. Why should I trust Mark? Why should I subscribe to his course when the reality is you know, I don't even know. This doesn't look like our friend is going to connect in here. So what we'll do is we'll just remove this because it's kind of irritating. So we'll just take that off. Well, that's too bad. I was hoping he'd join us, right? That would have been fun. Oh, well, moving on. But we've got awesome people like Asterix here. Okay. I'm actually just trying to get to the bottom here. I figured you guys would tire out and then I wouldn't have to worry about this anymore because I'd reach the end of the questions. Okay. And then you guys are all saying, this is my favorite part. Now I'm here, you're live. Thumbs up, thumbs up. And then Karen says he joined the course. Awesome. Sandeep, thumbs up. I wish, Clan, that you could use your academics. Good vibes. Thank you. Yes, I'm live. You're so funny. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have no sleep. Yes, sir. I'm here too, Mark. That's awesome, Pulsar. Take a breath. Oh, you guys are awesome. I love this good vibes. That's really trending, isn't it? You're in. That's awesome. So funny. Don't worry. How many sleeps do you get this week? Nessa, you know what? I'll be honest. Every night has been probably a little less than 5 hours. And that ain't good. Okay, Viraj says, I'll join the course. I have 1st of May IELTS. So I'll be ready by your course. And probably I'll get it on the 6th of May with all prep. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Okay, not able to access the link for the Facebook group. It's in Show Up when you log in. Right in the course, when you go in, you'll see right at the top. Let's just go here. I'll shift my screen around and show you the course. So here's the, oh, that's not it. Let's go into the actual course. Here it is. So when you go in here, let's go to the beginning part here. That's the course itself. So when you go into the landing page right here, you can see it says start the course, join private Facebook group. And so when you click on this Facebook group right here, it will take you straight here to where you can join it. And then once you're in, and you can see I've got a ton of people that I have to add in here. Anyway, so when you log in, you'll see that's where you can access it, okay? There we go, Shob. Welcome aboard. Okay, hi Venus, good to see you. Okay, Karen, great. Well, we'll get you in there. Okay, Ali, you're gonna have to wait until Wednesday. So Wednesday at 10 a.m. unless you join in and into the course. Okay, I think we're just about done, except you guys keep posting. Yes, I will have a special French class, yes. FSW, you guys are held pending until the borders open. Quebec essential workers, heart goes out for you guys. But you have to show an intention to live outside of the province of Quebec because Quebec has their own deal. They negotiated it, they agreed upon it, And you international students who were talked into going there by education agents, maybe now I would ask them, well, what options do I have? Yes, it will. On the website right here, Arjun, it will have the actual numbers. I don't know how fast they'll update them, but this is an electronic clicker. So when someone submit, the number should go down, down, down. And I'm gonna track it. Maybe I'll track it live. I don't know. Yes, Harjat, technically it can be. But I guess one thing I will point out is we're not, well, they're actually going to charge a little bit of a lower fee. It's going to be a little bit less than the bump up they made recently. At least that's what they said. So whether it's 1,040 like the old times, we'll see. But you have to be able to identify the program. And I'm assuming as soon as that you can see the fee payment on the system, and that's a good point, Harjat, getting the fee paid early. That's a good point. But yeah, ultimately, we don't know. It'll have to be on the drop-down list until the TR to PR pathways show up there. We won't be able to pay. Okay, let's see here. We'll just zip through here, Quebec. And I know there's tons of you questions about Quebec. We're going to see what we can do. Yeah, I'm not sure, Kunjesh. Not sure when they're going to make that announcements. Okay, Venus, great. Yeah, Ferry, we're not asking questions, really. I'm not answering a lot of questions about eligibility. It's more just about the course. Yeah, Viraj, you're just going to have to second guess yourself, my friend. Ultimately, Viraj, if you want to pull out, you're welcome to do that. Just send me an email and I'll refund your fee. Yeah, no problems at all. I don't want anyone second guessing themselves, especially when the course hasn't even started and all the videos and the tutorials and the checklists and the guides for the documents when they're not, yeah, when they're not even in because they're going to be released on Monday because obviously I'm still working on them. So yeah, Viraj, if you want to send me an email, actually, I probably could refund you right now. I can just refund it. So I can go ahead. Just give me the green light and I can do that because I know there's other people that would probably like to have the spot. Okay, there's a thank you. Okay, let's see if we can zip down to, we're just about to the bottom. I'm seeing if I can catch up to the bottom. Any questions that relate to the programs, I'm not answering those tonight. It's more just about the course. That's what I'm trying to promote. And yes, I want people to purchase it. That's why I'm promoting it. Let's see here. Yeah, situation in Quebec is tough. Karen, you're welcome. I guess no one terribly liked Parth very much there. That's funny. You guys are awesome. Thanks for having my back. Finally a useful question. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad, Venus, that you're looking to learn. You're very welcome. Mark, just something I noticed in the comments, some people tell you to detop. I don't know what that means. Okay, well, I think we're just about done here, guys. And I appreciate all the positive comments. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Let's see. And I appreciate Sager. You've been such a good follower. Love and respect your job. You're working really hard and honest person. Thanks for your kind work. I'm thinking of taking the Express Entry course. That'd be awesome. I'd love to have you in there. Oh, this is awesome. Sarita. Oh man, I love this. Sarita consulted with me in my other firm with you when I applied in 2018, and I still continue to listen to your lives because you're very knowledgeable and respectable. Keep up the good work. That is so cool, Sarita. Thank you so much. That means a ton. That really means a lot. Like, that's awesome. And congratulations. I think you're happily in Canada as a PR, so that is great. Okay, let's see here. I think, all right. Okay, guys, I'm going to just stop here. I'm going to wrap it up. There's lots of good stuff here. And let's see. Yakub says, I'm rich for the course, although I know it's cool, but the cost is way too much. Great work, Mark. Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you. Let's see here. Yeah, no discounts. Okay. Okay, we got lots of thank yous. Thank you for the videos. Fareed, awesome. Purchased the course. I'll give you one of those. Now I'm catching up to everybody. I'm so far behind. Can we do the course without the masterclass? Yeah, you don't have to attend, Nessa. You can just use the course materials. That's fine. But the reality is with this one, it's going to be evolving every day. It's going to be growing and improving based on the information that's readily available from the government. What course is this? I just joined. Okay, I'll show you quick, even though you probably have already seen it. It's the TR to PR Pathways course. And what you do is you click on the link below, and it's basically to get people joined up and connected to be able to prepare and submit their own applications through this process. And all you have to do is go to this page in the link. It'll take you here. You can watch the video. It applies to everybody. Sign up to the course, and away you go. Click on the video and you're set. Oh, and there's some other stuff down there too. There's way more than 20 videos, but we just put 20 plus because I wasn't sure what we were going to have. Sample documents and tools. Have a question, I'll be live every evening. You can watch this long one. And we're okay. I'm shutting it down for sure at like 2 hours. We're over time. Remember, guys, there are 400 spots that I'm going to have open, and once those spots are full, then I'm not going to take anyone anymore. So make sure that if you do want to get in, that you get in pretty quick, because I know right now is 8:56 p.m. Wow, it seems like it's even later than that, but it's 8:56 p.m. here Mountain Time, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be getting up because I just started late at 7. That are going to see this in the morning across Canada because they were actually enjoying, what is today, Saturday? They were enjoying their Saturday night out with friends and are not aware of it. And so, yeah, so ultimately, if you want in, I recommend that you do it sooner rather than later. And let's see here. There's lots of questions about Quebec. I know I'm going to invite someone on. I should get David Chalk back on. Because this is a reality, you guys. That's awesome. See, this is another example because I'm starting to do these at different times. People that have watched the recordings for a long time, I'm going to give you a shout out there, Narendra. I appreciate that. So much concrete info finally made it to your live ones. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Yep. So D-Beauty, I think I shared that with you now. And yeah, it's not at this stage for in Quebec. Like, here's the thing. Like, I can't answer that because really you have to demonstrate an intention to reside outside of Quebec. And if you're currently living and working in Quebec, it's really hard to do that. And so I'm not saying it's impossible, but you know, you'd really have to have individual grounds to be able to justify. So, yes. And so will the course list exactly all the documents? Eventually it will, right? And the key is I'm probably going to list more documents than you need. But ultimately, we're all going to find out once it's released. But you tell me, would you rather start collecting the documents that I have a very, very good certainty they're going to be required? Would you like to start collecting those right now? Or do you want to wait till maybe May 2nd, May 3rd when they release it? So I'll probably tell you to collect more documents than you need, but then you're ready. Okay. Amrith, same thing. Just flip over. All the stuff is in the description below. Yep, Yogesh, probably haven't answered your question because I'm not answering all questions. It's mostly just about the course. D-Beauty, I think you've got it. Join late. What course is this, please? Click on the links. I'm not trying to ignore Quebec students. I just can't help you. I'm not sure how to, yeah. So for consults, it is $315. So it is US or Canadian. Consults are Canadian. The course $347 is US because it's housed in the US. Arjun, I don't think I'm a legend, but I'm genuinely someone who cares. And there's another person who purchased the course. Yes. And there's lots of people that have booked their exams. Yep. It's way except I know Jakob, you've said it. It is what it is, my friend. That's the price that's set. Okay. And I don't like, I will definitely not devalue it under that, because if it's a standalone that you take it and you just do it on your own time, that's one thing. But when I'm going to be curating, involved, spending my evenings for my family from 7 to 9, because that's the time you guys are all out of work and school, and I'm making those sacrifices for $347 is like, yeah, I'm definitely not going to drop it. Okay. D Smith. Yeah. Yep. I'm grateful that you're laughing, because I'm definitely ignoring the Quebec students because there's nothing that I can do about them. All right, D. There you got your shout out. You actually and the other buddy are kind of all the same. It's great. All right, let's see here. I am tired. It is time to take some rest. I'm seeing if I can get to the bottom of the list. Let's see here. Yeah, it's the course is the same, Alexa. Understand it's the course, and in there we will talk and we'll teach about both programs. So regardless of which one that you pursue. Okay, thank you. I'm going to give another shout out there. Stigi has purchased it. Yeah, you bet. Thanks for repeating. No problem. Let's see here. Okay, let's see what we have to say here. So Gurjeet, if you can't feel our pain, just do one thing. Tell us what is going on, what you are doing, man. Please give us at least fake hope. Dude, I do not, there's nothing that I can do. Ultimately, you have to be able to prove that you have an intention to reside outside of Quebec. How are you going to do that when and understand, I don't go by guessing, I go by federal court decisions. And there's federal court decision that's very clear. And it is not easy unless you've got a job lined up with an LMIA and you're ready to move. And you've got family all in Ontario and you're just finishing up your school at McGill. and you obviously you don't speak French and you have everything set up, or you've got another PhD program you're going to be taking in Ontario that is irrefutable. You have to leave. You physically have to leave unless you can prove that. You know, just some mere, I applied for a few jobs in Halifax because of the Atlantic immigration pilot. Like, that's just not enough. So, you know, there's just not much that we can do. Please, por favor, Serge, não sei exato o que deseja, amigo meu. Okay. Okay, maybe D. Smith is a consultant. Are you a consultant, D. Smith? I don't know. Maybe. Sometimes when people go on and start answering lots of questions and, you know, try to look kind of smart, sometimes they're consultants, I find, and they're trying to position themselves and leverage off of my channel. Maybe you're not. I don't know. Okay, let's see. And we're just about finished here. Watching from Australia. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, and you're right. Thank you, Bharat. I want to point this out. Like, who was out there sharing every ounce of information that they knew or learned from the technical briefings? Any of those other lawyers, consultants? No, they want you to pay them to get that information. Okay, all right. And the refugees, no, they can't. I'm just going to, like, I would turn this on. This is kind of my, but apparently YouTube, you know, even though I've paid for the course, sometimes they block if I don't. So, Mark, my English test date is June 20th. Ellie, I can't answer that. You know, at the end of the day, if the caps fill up before you can get an English test, then, well, you just can't apply. Like, without it, you can't proceed forward. So yeah, I can't answer that. I really can't, Ellie. The only thing, yeah, I can't. That's one that's tough. Okay. Stop posting questions, you guys. I wanted to get to the bottom from this. Okay, where can you ask questions? You can ask questions on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. That's when I'm having my live Q&A. This is all just about the course. Is the course one-on-one tutor thing? It is not, Jakob. It's not. It's a pooled group session where I teach just like you're taking a class at university. Yep, Shob, it's time to check out. Let's see here. Manchester, hello. Everybody's tuning in from the other side of the world now. They're waking up and I should be going to bed. Thank you, MCall. I appreciate that. Okay. Great, D. Smith. Thanks for clarifying, man. Yeah, and I appreciate that. Looks like we're just at the end here because now I'm catching up to the questions. So where should students Quebec for consulting? David Chalk, he's good. I'd go to see David or Lisa or any of the lawyers that have been on my podcasts or my Immigration Nations from Quebec. They're all really, really good. Let's see here. Okay. All right. We'll end there. We'll end with Alexa. Thank you for being so helpful, Mark. I don't mind staying up to watch you live. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, that's it. So the last little point out, guys, is right here. If you go click on the link, you can go here. You can see what the course is about. I've spent a lot of time talking about it. It's obviously filling up lightning fast. It's actually, it's overwhelming. I'll be honest. It's overwhelming how many people have subscribed, you know. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, just since I last looked. So thank you. It's going to be awesome. And, you guys can actually see right there that they're subscribing like crazy. So there's the proof. Okay. We're wrapping up here, and, let's go here to the right one because I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. Thanks so much, everybody. Okay. I will be back on Wednesday live. Actually, no, I'll probably come in because I'm just going to do more videos. Every time I learn something else, I'm just going to share it with the world. And, but when it comes to the how you go through the process, what your documents need to look like, those specifics, that's in the course. All right. Signing off, Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer. Well, wait a minute. I think I have something for that. There we go. Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer, signing off. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you listening in today.